Hi guys, welcome to an episode of Driving Around Kigali Getting Stuff Done. We're starting out today at the pharmacy. Like most people, I have a medicine tin at home with the essentials: antihistamines, painkillers, cough syrup. But thankfully, I very rarely get ill, so every couple of years I glance at it and I realise that everything's out of date. So I'm off to stock up on supplies. We're headed to a petrol station opposite the British Embassy. They've got a branch of Vine Pharmacy, which is a well-known chain in Kigali. It's just a very normal pharmacy, so I don't need to show you around. But there are a couple of other shops next door. There's this wonderful smell coming out of this bakery. It's also quite interesting to know that in Rwanda, L and R are completely interchangeable. So often you'll see spellings like pedicule rather than pedicure, because the sound just doesn't exist. This is one of my favourite little supermarkets. It's maybe not the best stocked or the cheapest, but it is close to my house. And they sometimes have some interesting bits and pieces. This is a fairly standard supermarket in Kigali. Nothing out of the ordinary. I do like this cup though. Perfect size for hot chocolate. I'm taking it. This is the cheapest toilet paper in town. Why pay a lot when you're just going to flush it down the loo? And this is a section I really like. It's like Narnia at the back of the wardrobe. Not today, but sometimes they have some really nice shawls. I've bought quite a few from here. Washing powder? It's always worth taking a peek. They sometimes have some unusual stuff. So I've just remembered I've had a call from immigration to go and pick up my foreigner ID card. So we're going to head over there next, but I can't film the drive because you can't film inside immigration, and they might get a bit funny if I ride up there with a camera on the bike. But let's go and get that. Very cute. And this one is our ride. So yeah, I've just bought this beautiful piano, and I need to fix it up because I'm considering renting it. Just coming around the back here, if you've never seen the back of a piano, this is what it looks like. That's a soundboard. Sounding healthy. But there's a few screws missing from the top bits. So when you open up the top of the piano, this just wants to fall off. So I'm just going to take out a screw. Alright, so I'm going to head off and look for some replacement screws for the piano. I was going to head to Gachinjiru, which is this part of town that is where everybody goes for hardware supplies. It's like the carpentry capital of Kigali. But then my friend Desiree, who I do the Kigali Keys, the piano project with, he said that there's another place to try, and he told me to go to M Hotel. And I looked that up on Google and I'm like, M Hotel? It's like this big hotel in the centre of town. And he said, yeah. He said there's a hardware carpentry shop in the hotel. So I'm feeling very skeptical about this, but he said it's a Chinese run hardware shop that sells things really cheaply. So I don't know if that means that it's not great quality, I'm not too sure. But the idea that there is like a hardware shop inside this big fancy hotel has me intrigued. So I'm going to hop on the bike and we're going to go and see if we can find it. I can't get you to go backwards. Murakoze cyane.
Namwe.
So I've spoken about this before. Despite the fact so many people in Rwanda drive bikes, parking rarely takes them into consideration. You're constantly struggling with the lack of drop curbs, and in this case, a special parking bay for bikers that is angled downwards. When I tried to walk my bike backwards, my wheel got caught in a pothole. Fun times. I then had to turn around when I tried to drive back out the way I came in, only for people to shout at me that it's a one-way system. I mean, how hard is it to put a one-way sign on the gate? Anyway, let's go to the hardware store. So, this is the road that leads up to the centre of town. I think I can cut down here. That building on the right used to be the Ministry of ICT once upon a time. I gave report writing workshops there. I'm not sure what it is now, but it had an amazing view from the training room. That up ahead on the left is M Hotel. But of course, nothing is ever easy. It's over the other side of a one-way system, and I have no idea where my side of that one-way system goes. But it isn't to M Hotel. So, as there's not a lot of traffic coming, I'm going to be cheeky and dash across. As you can see, there is absolutely no drop curb, so instead of fucking up my tyres, I'm going to park on the road, being careful not to block other people's access. I think I have found my mecca. Every type of screw imaginable. Time to get searching. But honestly, who would have thought that this was in the back of a hotel? Amazing. Duct tape. I need duct tape and masking tape. Hundreds of spanners in every size. I don't know why this makes me so happy. I think we found the bondage section. And a hand winch for a speedboat. I don't know what these are, but they look very cool. They're called 3-clawed puller. No idea what you do with that. Fire extinguishers, health and safety at work. Ooh, and a ladder. Now that would be very, very helpful next time my avocado tree needs harvesting. I'm contemplating one of these when I'm driving my bike. Somehow I just don't think it's going to make much difference. It's not that people don't see me, it's that people don't care. So I don't think wearing one of those is going to make any difference. I tell you what though, I'm getting one of these. That's a proper safety mask. So next time I'm filing lead off the side of a piano, that would be exceedingly useful. I'm going to take one of those. Welding masks. I want a welding mask. I don't know why, I just really want one. It reminds me of the nights that say Ni. Waterproof jackets. You can't actually get biker jackets here, but a waterproof jacket might be quite useful. It'd be better than the poncho I've got. Okay, that was thoroughly pleasant. They didn't have the size of screw that I'm after, but I've bought a mask, rainproof jacket and trousers, and day glow thing here with pockets. I'll explain it when I get home, but that was really lovely and the staff are so friendly. That was fun. Right ho guys, now we're off somewhere very special. Only I can't quite remember where it is. I'm off to see my friend Alex. If you followed the Kigali Keys piano building project, you'll remember him from our video. He came on board to help try to forge a string frame for us. He also made the custom bits for my piano hammer. Unfortunately, his foundry is a bit small, and we ended up getting it made at Chillington. But Alex was a huge supporter of the project, and even put one of the strings on our piano once we got the frame in. I haven't seen him in several years, but I'm swinging by today to say hello and to see if he can help to copy a piano part I need. The only problem is, it's been so long since I went to his workshop, and the whole area has been somewhat gentrified since then. I feel like this might have been it. Nope, that definitely wasn't it. Must be further up. That red gate rings a bell. Maybe it's the one with his name above the door. Let me park up and go and have a look. Yep, this is definitely the place. But Alex wasn't there, so I downed an ice cold pineapple Fanta whilst I waited for him. I've never had a pineapple one before. It was so good to see Alex again. After we caught up, he took me on a tour of the workshop. He repairs industrial vehicles and machinery. It was really fascinating to watch all of the gear in action. This isn't where we did the frame. No.
It's the other side there. Go there, down there.
Oh, yes, I remember.
Yeah, the furnace is this one, huh?
I remember.
Yeah.
This is new. This is very new. Coffee garden.
Yeah. The house was there.
Okay, yeah. He's made a really nice little garden at the bottom with a very impressive bunch of bananas. Oh, wow.
That is the furnace.
And that is the furnace that we used the first time. That's the furnace.
Yeah. So.
It was really good to catch up. If you have any specialist metalwork you need doing, he's a good guy to know. Right, one last stop for the day. I think you're going to like this one. I've got to go and pick up some piano parts. There's a shared workspace called WesterWell near the convention centre. A couple of years ago, I was trying to figure out how to manufacture piano parts in Rwanda. Importing things here is extremely complicated and unbelievably expensive. I tried it once, never again. So instead, we tried to 3D print piano parts at Fab Lab, but the plastic wasn't strong enough. Then I took some parts to WesterWell because they have a woodwork section. The pieces were a bit too complicated for them to replicate, but then I forgot to go and pick them up again. For about 2 years. So first of all, we need to go and pick those up. The workshop is on the 4th floor. They help businesses solve manufacturing issues so that they can make products in Rwanda. They mostly help to support local entrepreneurs and train students. Tina, the lady who runs it, is absolutely lovely. I couldn't believe she still had the pieces. But now it's time for something special. If you take the lift to the 5th floor, you'll find yourself on the roof. And WesterWell has one of the best views of the city. There's even a little cafe. So you can just about see the convention centre there. But then there's building work. Back of Lamigo Hotel. So straight ahead of us, that building there is Parliament. And I don't know if you can see it from here, but that hole just here is where the shell went through. So they keep it as a memorial. You can't see it well on camera, but with my eyes I can see the bullet holes and the shelling holes. It used to be orange. It used to be the same colour as Lamigo Hotel, but a few years ago they sort of turned it a bit white. Or kind of eggshell blue. I'm going to say eggshell blue. That is a stunning view of Amahoro Stadium. Just down there below Amahoro Stadium you can see Gasabo Akarera, the district office. It's the one with the giant agaseki basket on top. It's pretty cool. Fairly sure you can go up these steps and see it from even higher. My goodness. This is just crazy. Really beautiful. Well, beautiful and building work, but it's cool. It's amazing. It's hard to pick up on the camera, but the hills go on forever. You've got the dark hills in the foreground and then they just get paler and paler as they go off into the distance. I can't get over all of the building work going on here at the moment, there's so much. I reckon if you came up here at night, you get to see them turning on the lights at the convention centre, because that dome lights up usually in the colours of Rwanda, so green, blue and yellow. But yeah, I bet that lights up really pretty. Oh, the crane's on the move. Somebody's had a little party. Somebody's definitely had a little party down here. Cool view of the convention centre. Definitely be a good place to be standing at night. There's a little hand sculpture as well. Well, it's quite a big hand sculpture, but we're very far away. Okay, that is all of my chores done for the day. It's time to head home and relax. I hope that you've enjoyed zooming around Kigali with me, getting some stuff done. Yeah, it's been a really hot sunny day, so definitely need to go find some shade and rehydrate. Have a lovely day and I shall see you in the next one.